the ants' amazing bridge. In a lush, green forest, there lived a colony of tiny red ants. These ants were known throughout the woodland for their hard work and determination. They spent their days searching for food, building their home, and taking care of their young. But most of all, they were famous for their incredible teamwork. One bright summer morning, the colony scout, a curious ant named Zippy, ventured out to look for new food sources. As she traveled further than she had ever gone before, she discovered something extraordinary: a fallen log spanning a trickling stream. On the other side of the stream was a field full of the juiciest berries Zippy had ever seen. Excited by her find, Zippy rushed back to the colony. "Everyone, come quick," she called out. "I found a treasure trove of berries, but we need to cross a stream to reach them." The colony's leader, Queen Formica, listened intently as Zippy described the location. "This sounds like a wonderful opportunity," the queen said. "But how will we cross the stream? We ants cannot swim." The ants began to chatter among themselves, worried that they wouldn't be able to reach the delicious berries. But then, a young ant named Twiggy stepped forward. "What if we build a bridge?" he suggested shyly. The other ants looked at him in surprise. Build a bridge? That seemed like an enormous task for such tiny creatures. "That's a clever idea," Twiggy said, Queen Formica. "But how could we possibly do that?" Twiggy's antennae twitched as he thought. "Well, we're strong when we work together, right? What if we all linked up to form a living bridge?" The colony buzzed with excitement at this idea. It was daring, but it just might work. "All right," said the queen. "Let's give it a try. Zippy, lead the way to this stream." And so, the entire colony set out on their adventure. As they marched through the forest, the ants chatted excitedly about the berries that awaited them. Some were nervous about the challenge ahead, but they drew strength from each other's company. When they reached the stream, they saw that Zippy was right. The berries on the other side looked absolutely delicious. But the stream, although small to us, was like a rushing river to the tiny ants. "Don't worry," said Twiggy. "We can do this together. Who wants to be part of the bridge?" Many ants volunteered, eager to help. Under Twiggy's guidance, they began to form a chain. The strongest ants went first, gripping the edge of the stream bank with their powerful jaws. Others climbed on top, linking their legs together to form a sturdy line. It wasn't easy. Some ants slipped, and others grew tired. But each time an ant faltered, their neighbors would encourage them. "Hold on," they'd say. "We're all in this together." Slowly but surely, the living bridge grew longer. The ants at the bottom held firm, even as the stream's cool water flowed around them. Those in the middle locked their legs tightly, creating a stable path. And those on top kept the line straight, all working as one. Finally, after what seemed like hours of effort, the ant at the front of the line felt solid ground beneath her feet. "We've done it," she cried. "We've reached the other side." A cheer went up from the entire colony. They had achieved the impossible through their teamwork and determination. Now came the tricky part: crossing the bridge. Queen Formica went first, her steps careful and measured. "It's strong and steady," she called back. "Come on over." One by one, the remaining ants crossed the living bridge. They moved slowly, making sure not to disturb their brave friends who formed the structure. As each ant reached the other side, they let out a little cheer of triumph. When everyone had crossed, the ants forming the bridge carefully unlinked themselves and joined their friends on the berry-laden shore. The entire colony erupted in celebration, dancing and hugging each other in joy. "Well done, everyone," Queen Formica announced. "Thanks to our teamwork, we've overcome a great challenge. And look at our reward." The ants turned to see the field of berries stretching out before them. There were plump strawberries, juicy blueberries, and sweet raspberries as far as their little ant eyes could see. "Let's gather as much as we can carry," said the queen. "But remember, we'll need to work together to bring it all home." And so, the ants set to work once more. They formed chains to pass berries from one to another, making the job quicker and easier. Some ants carried loads many times their size, helped by their friends who supported the weight from behind. As the sun began to set, the ants had gathered more berries than they had ever seen in their lives. But now they faced a new challenge: how to get their treasure back across the stream. "We did it once, we can do it again," Twiggy said confidently. And he was right. Once more, the ants formed their living bridge. This time, they worked even more smoothly, each ant knowing exactly what to do. The berry-laden ants carefully crossed the bridge, their precious cargo held high. When everyone was safely across, the bridge ants unlinked for the last time and joined the procession home. As they marched back to their colony, tired but happy, the ants couldn't stop talking about their adventure. "I never thought we could build a bridge across a stream," said one ant. "I was scared at first," admitted another, "but knowing we were all working together made me brave." Zippy, the scout who had started it all, smiled at Twiggy. "And it was all thanks to your brilliant idea," she said. Twiggy's antennae wiggled in embarrassment. "It wasn't just my idea," he said. "It was everyone's hard work that made it happen. We all did this together." Queen Formica, overhearing this, nodded in approval. "Twiggy is right," she said to the colony. "Each one of you played a crucial role today. Some of you formed the bridge, others gathered berries, and some offered encouragement when things got tough. It's this teamwork that makes our colony strong." As they reached home and began to store their berry treasure, the queen had one more announcement. From this day forward, she declared, "we will celebrate this as the Day of the Great Berry Bridge. It will remind us always of what we can achieve when we work together." The ants cheered, their hearts full of pride and their stomachs soon to be full of berries. They had learned a valuable lesson: no challenge is too big when faced with teamwork, determination, and a little creativity. And so, as the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, the ants settled down to enjoy their well-earned feast. They had not only found food for their colony, but had also strengthened the bonds between them. In the days and years to come, whenever the ants faced a difficult task, they would remember the Great Berry Bridge and know that together, they could overcome anything. The end.